All right, so we just got done watching Sailor Moon R, Season 2, Episode 32. Also
33?
Shit, my bad, 33. Also, episode, 79 overall?
Yeah, also known as Artemis Adventure, the Evil Animal Kingdom. So this episode is based around, basically Artemis has been continually being, hurt by Luna and decides to run away to like an animal shelter or whatever. And
Artemis being our white cat and Luna being our protagonist, girl boss, black cat, she's too busy with business to pay proper attention to our man Artemis. But the thing is, Artemis can't show his affection properly. He doesn't know how to. So he's going to make some attempts in this episode to show his affection. He's going to be constantly stumbling. He's going to constantly have his little nuts be stepped on by a sailor stiletto. And so he'll be goaded. He'll be instructed on how to properly please a woman, which is his true intention.
So the main build-up of this plot is starts off.
Hope.
Artemis gets hit by the door by Chibiusa. He gets stepped on by Sailor Moon a couple times. And then everyone's just calling him a stupid, dumb cat. And he's like, yeah, fine, I'm going to do this on my own. Find some cats and dogs in the garbage and follows them. And then he ends up tangled in a web of Dogba, which is the freak of the week who is turning lost shelter animals into demonic possessed creatures, and that's the overarching like.
What was the pretty?
That's the Negaverse disruption that we're experiencing.
Who's the green
for a change of
girl?
pace? It's going to be an animal episode. The animals are going to take.
She's a recurring character. Her name was very familiar, but I mean, it's been a while. Esmeralda.
So we're going to see the main cast go along, kind of nondescript. They're going to have their own sort of day-to-day lives, and yet under the surface, Dogba is going to be making packs of animals come to make everybody suffer. To make a long story short, Luna and Artemis get wise to this. They stumble upon it, and they nip it in the bud. There's a little bit of the lesbo action.
The biggest thing I noticed I'd say every once in a while we'll see something we haven't seen before, and I don't remember. Correct me if I'm wrong, but we saw Dogba. A bunch of people, civilians, were seeing all the cute animals, and the animals attacked them. And then Dogba walked up. She was disguised as like a veterinarian, turned into Dogba, and then used her whip and attacked a person in front of people.
Yeah.
As far as I know,
there's not as much blatant.
Yeah, we've seen the people attacking civilians, but like, here's my makeup that you used that freezes you or makes you turn to a zombie.
There's usually a MacGuffin.
Yeah, and there's usually also like some way where once the problem's solved, the people kind of wake up and are like, what happened?
Actually, one counter would be that Dogba only attacked once. Her preliminary attack, which was the pack animals. She collected the pack animals. So the pack animals were her initial attack.
No,
she brought that attack, and then she personally attacked among the chaos
of her initial attack.
So in a sense, she was attacking.
That's a good point.
From a hidden position. She was attacking once the chaos she had inadvertently had already commenced.
Yeah, I agree with that, but the thing is, it's the fact that they saw. Like, her whip ran around a guy's neck, and other people saw it.
Just because the viewer saw it as such.
Yeah, I have a feeling that might
continuity error.
Yeah,
hit us up in the comments if that is indeed the first time that one of
or also hit us up in the comments if you think that was intentional. Because I don't think they were supposed to know what's going on.
This being said, towards the end of the episode, one thing I particularly noticed is that the people that saved the day in our Freak of the Week situation was... Sailor Moon and Sailor Venus.
Sailor Moon and Sailor Venus, my favorite combo.
Yeah, and a combo we don't see too much, but they exist as parallels to one another.
It's difficult for them to share the same.
And they've shared they've shared
in a sense they're complementary.
Yeah, and they've existed in episodes where they interact and have moments together where, but they exist in those moments as parallels to each other. But now that we've actually established the relationship enough, this actually played out in a way where it had more to do with our
and
established relationship of them together, just working together as a team.
Amy
They did not argue this entire episode. They didn't really have character moments
no one
together.
else did either.
But they were the only two that showed up at the end
Amy
to save the
and
day,
Mars.
back to back, like
why did
like
this
the
happen?
Attack of Clones,
Because
of the Clones.
there were
or
no
something.
men to fight over. There was only animals. So
This
sort
was
of
a no.
unity can
This is a
happen
no
only
men
when the
episode.
stars align.
Yeah.
Without trying to, did they find peace within the fraternity of men? No, indeed they not. Only within cats.
Yeah.
This was a cat mom episode.
It was also a Memoro-free episode, completely.
And
Which
Memoro,
I feel that we have not
Artemis-
had in a while, but I don't remember the last episode at
The
all.
last episode was very focused on
Artemis.
No thanks, Nurse Venus.
Artemis was a stand-in for Memoro. Of course, Memoro could not be here because he would have stolen the shine from Artemis.
And Artemis
was Memoro today.
No, but he was the yang to Memoro's yin.
He was the yang to Memoro's yin, indeed, because he was completely omnipotent. Whereas Sailor Moon is often fucking up, and then Memoro Usagi fucks up. Memoro comes and saves
which
the
was
day and
nice.
fucks
We didn't
off.
see anything of
This was the inverse, where Artemis comes in to do something, much like Usagi would.
yeah.
And then
Too headstrong. This is
and
like
then
some season one
Luna
stuff.
comes in and actually clinches it, much like Mamoru would.
Yeah.
So yeah, Artemis is Usagi and Mamoru is
Or
Luna,
Mamoru
which is
is
kind
also
of a funny.
also
funny-
Mamoru is
funny thing.
Usagi and
The English title
Venus
for
and
this
Moon.
episode was Dog Days for Artemis, which is pretty good.
There's a lot of morals to be plucked from this episode. Perhaps you could pluck your own and start your own Sailor Moon Watch Every Episode podcast based on the kind of feelings you get from this episode.
We've been doing
What
this.
brings up for you.
I've been doing this for 3 goddamn years.
3 years.
Almost 3 years now. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it's in grade 12.
Yeah, that's fine.
It's been 3 years.
Yeah. Damn.
There's not really anybody who's going to watch this far besides Federal Bureau of Investigation officer. Maybe a member of CSIS.
Do you know what I wanna
Rest,
do?
rest in peace,
Do
Epstein.
you know what I want to do for once we finish all this? I want to make a supercut 20 minutes of clips from every review. It'll be a really funny.
That's going to be the biggest. You go onto our channel, you go to most viewed, the compilation clip.
It'll be seeing how much we grow from watching Sailor Moon and how much it.
How do we
Improves
rank
your
it?
life.
Don't we have like a method?
He has this thing.
We got a method. I think that this episode seems like a nothing episode. It reminds me that I don't remember anything about this arc. Like, to be completely straight up, I don't remember anything about this arc. I don't remember.
So
We're getting into late season 2.
what I believe from my memory is the arc is Esmeralda or whatever, the girl with the green hair. She's in the Dark Moon Kingdom. All the Dark Moon sisters failed. She's like the overlord of the sisters.
Yeah.
And she's stepping in. She's
So
put
they-
the
what
What I do remember is that
gauntlet
the
on. She
first
says, "Fine, I'll do it myself."
right, because I remember in
They got
First-
composted, and she's about to be at the end.
I remember-
she fails, but go.
Oh, yeah, and the dog pees on her twice.
the dog. There's a lot of dog pissing in this episode. Yeah, we should have mentioned that earlier.
Queen. She kind of smells
Ammonia Queen.
Kind of smells.
Yeah, this episode of Sailor Moon was called. Pardon. Anyways, yeah, I don't remember shit. But I think towards the end of the season, I'm sure that I will pick up some pieces.
Yeah, we're on. Let's take a quick look at the listing. We're on. We have 10 episodes left, so yeah, we're gonna be finishing all 10 tonight.
We're going to be finishing all 10 in 2021. Anyways,
Thanks for watching.
thanks for watching.